Okay, I'm live over here. I'm going to view on YouTube. Let me continue here. And I'm going to give myself a thumbs up. And where am I? Where am I? Just give me 1 second. Let me see this. Let me see this one thing. Copy link. Let me see. I'm going to get rid of this. Okay, it seems like I'm on. Okay, that's good. Okay. That's okay. That's my cow, but I don't look like I'm on here. Am I on here? Okay, that's this page over here. I'm getting off of this one. Hey Cynthia, how you doing? I'm coming on. I don't know. I'm getting off of this live and I'm going on to my other live. I was on TikTok and nobody showed up, so I shut that down. And I'm opening up another live over here. Where is it? Yeah, I don't know why it's not showing me this live right now. Okay, I'm shutting down the live here. Join me on the other channel. It'll be in about one minute. Check it out. Thank you for watching from over here. Okay, so here we are, live over here. I'm just going to wait for one more person. Somebody came here late. Not sure where we're going to be with all this. So let me pick up my phone for a second. I was also working on, and I'm going to work on this with you in a minute. I have to do this equation with the piano. My desk is a total mess. You ever see this before? Inside, when you see, I put a stand here, right? But each one of these stands represents a torus. Each one of these. The reason for that, okay, now my question, so just hold on a second. No, these represent the star. These will represent the star. Sorry about that. Or that diamond. Okay. When I put 3 circles together, it represents the torus because it makes the markings of a bull, of bull horns over here. Makes the mark of a bullhorn. Right. You notice the way one goes curved, the blue one is curved, and the red one could have been any color. My veins in my body, my blood in my body, the electricity that we are. I'm going to get a glass of water. I'm going to come back in just 1 minute. Please, if you have any questions, don't hesitate because this is what it's about. This is the final hurrah. And you know, I came up with a joke today, or actually the creator made a joke, or I made a joke, and it was like cowboys, Indians. Now I don't remember what it was. It was cowboys and Indians, and I related it to Mars for some reason, and then I had to relate it to Texas because apparently the Dallas Cowboys are there. And then in Texas, there's other football teams. We can't forget what's happening right now all over the world. It's happening right now, and I'm only talking in one specific part of the world because each part of the world has its own dimension and characters to talk about. And that is the bringing of the teams, the final teams into the state of Nevada, because in Nevada, it's where all the numbers click and all the electricity, apparently, or most of it, the way I understand it, comes down and beyond where is Lake Mead, okay, MEAD, or how about AMDE, and representing the matter, the energy, the sun, the orange representing Pluto, the flow of the water. In 19 or 1870 or 80, Grover Cleveland, right? Grover Cleveland was the president, and he lost the 23rd term. Who was the 46th president, and why? Sorry, made a mistake. Let me say it again. Grover Cleveland was there for the 22nd presidency. Who was the 23rd president? Who was the 46th president? Who was the 24th president? Who was the 45th president? Now we're coming to the 47th president. I'll be back with the answer. How do I take this? Can I take it orally? So like I said, do not hesitate. Why am I here? Why have I stayed here? Why am I here? I'm terrible pain in my back. I don't like to say it, but I do. Not right now, thank God. I'm feeling very happy for that. And they say this is for menopause. So hold on a second. My father put the minnow in my mother. Then there was a 9-month pause, and then the little minnow came out. It could have been a tadpole. I like to look at it as a tadpole. The frog, right, has legs, right? Even as a tadpole, did it have legs when it was born? The frog, the tadpole. Anyways, I did it. I just did it. I did it. So I'm going to explain to you what I was just talking about. Where is my book? Where did I write that down? I take my book with me. Where's my book? That is not possible. Did anybody see me walk away with my book? I really like to have my hoodie on. I'm really confused right now because I can't find the book. Oh, wait a second. Wait a second. Is it over here? Is the book here? Oh, I think I found it here. How's that possible? Okay, the book's here. Okay, the book's here. Tons of stuff. I don't even know where to start. I'm like all kinds of stuff all over the place. So let me explain this to you. First of all, Bugs Bunny. Does anybody know this in Bugs Bunny? We're going to get back to the final stages. It's Nevada, right? So we're going to try and get on for this. Bugs Bunny, when Jean-Jacques Chirac blocks the water. So here, I'm going to just show you this. I'm going to just see if I can show you this one over here. Where am I? Over here. Oh, that's not it. So I'm going to show you this one over here, okay? This is what I don't know why it's doing that. Hold on a second. Okay, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it over here. Just give me a second. Let me see if I got the right thing. So can you see what's going on here? Look at that. The water's flowing. He's shooting in the water. Why is he doing that? Because he puts up a dam over here. Check it out. You see? See that? He stopped the water. He put up a dam. And I refer this as Hoover Dam, right? And I believe that's, you know, they're going to stop all the numbers, right? If you want to stop all the numbers, where to stop all the numbers from rotating is in Nevada. So what do we have? We have Grover Cleveland. Grover Cleveland was the 22nd president. Grover Cleveland was the 24th president. The number 20 between 23 and 24 is there's a separation. The 3 and the 4 has a separation to it. Okay. Anyways, besides that fact, there's the 45th president, which was DT, right? The 46th president, right, was Joe B, right? JB, 10 and 2, like the blue ball. So that was the 46th president. Now, the 23rd president didn't run to be the 24th president. And our 46th president is not running to be the 47th president. It just so happens that 3, the 23rd, or 3 for Earth, and 24th, 4th for Mars, as so is 46. And I'm going to have to write this down and show you. It's easier than just jumping out into the sky, right? I'm going to just write this down. Right? So we're going to do this here. We have 22, 23, and 24. The alphabet of C, right? Sorry, of D reverts, okay, over here at C. Here is the letter W. Here is the letter X. 3 and 24, 27. D4 and 23, 27. Although Earth 3 and Mars 4 invert to connect to each other. Now, I'm not sure if it's done this way at all. Now we're going to get on to the 45th, the 46th, and the 47th. Remember where center field is, right? If we're playing football, we can count these as yards. Remember, there's 2 sides to every story. So over here was DT, and this was Grover Cleveland. I like to use it like that, number 73. And over here is Grover Cleveland. And over here was Harrison. Harrison, why don't we just say Harris? Who's running right now? Kay Harris is running right now. Harrison was there. Biden dropped out, 23 and 46. So we're in this pattern right over here where everything's split. And to note, this 6 and this 4 go together as 10. This 3 and this 7 goes together at 10, or it's 9, 11, 7 and 4. 6 and 3. 6 and 3 is the representation of a gateway. 7, yo, coming, the student, the teacher is coming. 47 is the beast. 74 is energy. 74 is the cross. 47 is the beast. 47 is time. This one Israel, Zion, and the operator comes with this one over here. It comes cold, it becomes boy, and it's 101 away from this number over here. 20% of 5 goes down to 4, and the minus, and the plus, it goes up. 40% goes down to 3, and goes up, 40% of 5. Let's do it this way. 10% is 0.5. 20% is a whole one. So you already know 10 is only part of. 20 before 20% of something that's half of all the numbers becomes whole when you multiply it by 20. That's 100% becoming whole. That'd be take away 1 and plus 1, it's 4 and 6. And if you want to design that, you're going to design it like this. 4, 5, and 6, V minus 1, V plus 1. 4, 5, and 6, also the letter M, the 13th letter, Roman numerals 1000. When you go to V1 is for Mars, V6 is where Mars plays a role in the half-life in Saturn. Also to note, when you have both of them, you can go V11 equaling to 3 or V11 equaling to 7. 3, 7, 6, and 4. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Here it's going to say Federation. DEF. DE, okay, is a representation of the sun. Now I'm going to show you again, when you have that representation of the sun, it's going to start happening with these two numbers over here. After the 7th gate, 8 and 9 is the heavens of birth, that when you do have the heavens of birth, this 30 will either be 38 or it'll be 39. This 10 will either be 18 or 19. And it could be 10-8, and it could be 10-9 to the minus or to the plus. And if it was to the minus, if it's to the minus side, okay, this is going to equal to 1, and this one's going to equal to 2. Why is this happening? Because of what the French say. The French say 10, 9, 10, 8. When you say 10, we've already discussed that it's A, B, C, D total that equals to 10. Once you add on the E world 5, that equals to 15, and that's your letter O. And that's when I say, oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early? And then we have Ford 150 inside of there. So are we bringing Earth in? Are we living in the puddles of Mars? Also to note that inside of this is also telling me 509. Roman numerals tells me 509. Neuf is also for new. It's also because the word actually French to English, neuf means new. When you have this, that is the 5 family. 14 plus 5 plus 23 equals to 42. It's already telling me it's a separation of the house, or there's been a spike put in between 6 and 8, picking up the vibration between both. I'll put the 8 on this angle. The percentage of, you see, 1 line, 2 lines, 3 lines, hexagon. Lock it in by adding 1 more line. Now you have the red octagon, because 8 is for a stop. 509 Roman numerals, 9, 10 minus 9, 10 plus 9, and where A, B, C, D are all the worlds come together right here. And in fact, we have to add in 7. So when you're looking at September as being the 9th month, where the word in September begins with a 7, it is the gateway 7 bringing in the 9 birth. If you want, we can go inside the creation in the house of Bait. the third house. House of Bait, 3 by 27, equals to 81. Plus 3 plus 27 is 30, equals to 111. And that 111 is found over here. Just give me one little teeny weeny second. Right over here. Right here where these cubes are. Now, I didn't do this on purpose, right? I was told what to do. I was told that if you're looking at the game of roulette, if you're looking at the game of roulette, you're going to see 36 numbers. And if you follow my arrow, okay, you follow my arrow right here in the center of the screen on the top, that red line is 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. 12 is over here. 14 is here, where the Y is. 16, 18, 19, 21, and where the X is over here is number 23. 2 and 3 equals to 5, right? And there's 5 areas here, right? If there was 5 areas, it's 5 by 72. The O is only 4 areas. Don't count this O, but when you show the O this way, right, or a square O, that'll be 4 areas. When you show the X, right, the difference between X and O is 4 areas and 5 areas. Okay, and we even show it with the cube, but I can't show it. I'll show it to you after if hopefully somebody can tell me about this. So what happens is right over here in the center over here, that's 111. 16, go a little bit down to the middle now where the cubes are and where the Y is, right? And it goes 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 111. Connect with X and Y. Want to call it the chromosomes? That's fine. Do what you like. It totals 49, which represents the number 8. And also, it represents the number 8 and also represents this finger over here. But it doesn't only represent this finger, it represents these 2 fingers. It's pretty weird, eh? And it also represents these 2 fingers. And then if I go to my toes, here's how the count happens. 4th finger of marriage, 9th finger of birth. 4 and 9 come together. 9 by 4 is 36. You create, which is 1/3 and 2/3 of 9. 6 and 3 are here, and 6 and 3 are here. 6.3 void, 3.6 void. 3, 4, 5, and 6 happen twice on a cube. It just so happens the word L-O-V-E, love, is the same thing. And if that happens, that means that the reverse alphabet is going to be the same. So we did the presidency, as you saw. Harrison dropped out. The 46th one dropped out. 47th one, we don't know. Harrison was the 23rd president. This is the one that's trying to come in right now. It's all yes, we were talking about 19, 20, and not sorry. We're talking about 17, 18, and 19 in French, and I'm going to go on and explain a little bit more about that. When we get, I'm trying to figure out, okay, when we get 19, this is where AI comes in, bringing 2 systems together, your one spirit to birth. Let's call it maybe either the sun or the moon, right? The 18, right, is going to bring the sun. The 19 is going to bring the moon. So you have 18, 19, and 17. On 17, you're going to bring blue, you're going to bring boy, and you're going to bring Mars. On 19, right, you're going to bring AI. You're going to bring and every single one of these are mirrored, right, or polarized. In this one over here, you're going to bring the moon. In this one over here, you're going to bring the sun. This one is going to be, this one over here, the sun is going to be 54. It's the IT system in the sun. February 29th and February 29th. Let me see if I can get this right. Let me do it to another page where we can see it properly. We still have to explain this diagram with the cube. So we have Mars 51. We have the sun 54. We have the moon 57. We have 10 plus 7 equals 17. We have 10 minus 7 equals 03 CQ. We have 10 minus 8 equals to 02 B. And when we hit B, we hit 13 at the same time because of the artwork. And then we get 10 plus 8 equals 18 R. Now we get what is 10 plus 9 and 10 minus 9, right? This is lightning. Light 10, 9. Light up the two worlds, right? Equals to what is 19, equals to what is 01, and that is A. And this is S. So we have A, B, C starting over again, although we do not have what is gold. And we do not have what is silver. We do not have it. We have it when we're first, when we're second, and when we're third, and when we're third, right? Why don't we just say, let's stand on 17, right? So anyways, we're going to go down over here. We don't have it because it's 01. We're not going first. It's coming from the mirror. So this is what's going to happen. 3 times 19 equals 57. And 18, 3 by 18 equals 54. And 17, 3 by 17 equals to 51. It just so happens that the 7 and the 9 invert to each other in the word Mars and Moon. MARSMOON. Okay, their value, why it inverts, it's 4 letters, and the alphabet reverse is 27, equals to a total of 108. Although you wouldn't calculate it that way, right? It would be calculated as 3 by 27 equals 81. And then you would add either 27 or add only the single digit, right? Over here, which would be, let me see where it is. Yes, another 27 you would have to add on. So I can do it this way, right? And I can end up with this. But isn't this ironic that the octo, like September, which is the 9th month, right? And you're saying 7 in the word. Octo for October is the 10th month. You're saying 8 in the word. The 1 dot with the 8, the 1 dot inside the 8, right? The 1 dot, which turns all around 8 that we see over here. 1 in the center of 8. Where did I get these numbers for the sun? The numeric value for SUN is sun, right? 19, 21, and 14. 13, 15, 15, 14. 13, 1, 18, and 19. I reached this formation over here because of this theory over here. AB equals C plus D equals 7. ABC equals 6. ABC equals to 10, which includes both these equations. BCD equals to 9. ACD equals to 8, 6, 7, 8, 9, all created from 10. You add them all up, except for the 10, you equal to 30. You add this side up, 1, 2, 3, 4, it equals to 10. Your mirror comes in where A and D, 1 and 4, in which your BCD 9, right, is your vibration between 5 and 1, 51, area 51 Mars. In between is 5 and 1. This is where the one center, the heavens, is all around that one over here. 9 sits with the moon. 8 sits with the sun and Venus in this situation. Here's the mirror. We have a double Venus. So when you talk about the W, you'll be talking about Venus. W and V, the U and the V and the W, UVW. And in Chaldean, that is 666, because that's where it's doubled up on the cube, right? It all starts with this, alpha, beta. We look at Venus. We look at Mars. Mars is a double Venus. 162, 81, 81, 162. Double Venus, that's 81 times 2 equals 162.0. Just to let you know that 2160 is the moon diameter, which is 1.5 times the number of minutes in a day. And when we play blackjack, where ace can be 11, right? Where ace can be 11 in blackjack, the payout is 1.5 or the payout is 3-2. Notice that line that's in between is like a 7, a separation between the odds of one side and the other. And this is going to be for Ram, number 32, or the pig. Yes, there's 2 zodiac signs with the same numeric value, Ram and pig. 11 evaluates at 63, which is also denoted, right, as 77. The equation from this will create this, and it's going to relate to the sun. Tell me more. 7 by 7, 49. 7 plus 7, 14. If I minus it or I add it, it becomes 63. If I minus it, it's 35. This number is going to tell me about electric company. It's going to tell me about my creation from 11. 11 is what's going to create the cap to the moon. Why do I say this? Is the numeric value for the moon is 57. I put a cap on it over here. See, I don't know if the cap is open or closed because here in 57, I need 53. But in 75, I can put this over here, so it'll be a direct cap. What happens is 1, 1, 1, 1, 10, 10, 10, 10, which means that we have this one dot here with all this that goes around. Here, right over here. Where does the 10 come from? 7 and 3, 10, 9 and 1, 10, 4 and 6, 10, 8 and 2, 10. We have the one center dot, so we know we're going around in the diameter of it, so all these ones come to the center. If I used another number, it'd be telling me a different story. I'm not sure of all the stories that it's telling me, right? I know that if I want to connect 2, 4, 6, and 8, if I was only working on these dots, I can connect it this way, right? Because 2, 4, 6, 8 are in the center, right? We still have 5. Remember I mentioned before the difference between X and O is here we have 4 dot connect, and here we have a 5 dot connect over here. It just so happens that this over here, 4 is over here, and then 5 is over here. And don't forget, 5 is opposite of 2. And don't forget, there's 4 empty spaces. And the opposite of that of 5 is 2. And there's 7 empty spaces. So there's more of a story going on. I can't explain to you all the stories, right? I just can't. Okay. So the thing with this is 5775 is electric moon. Electric moon. 55, 5 times 5, 5 plus 5 will equal to 25 and 10, equaling to 35. And we know it's a gateway in the mirror side. Why? 5 and 2 is 7. 1 plus 0 is 1. And that's our Q gate. Every time you see 71, it'll be 1 hour and 11 minutes of time. And we only can do that 5 times before time flips over. Meaning I can't get 666. It doesn't work. It becomes 555 plus 111. Even with this cube, even in hockey, In hockey, there's a goaltender stays in the nets. There's 5 players out there playing on the offense. The goaltender plays on the defense. When I throw this dice down, I got 4 sides around and 1 side up. That's the truth. What I speak about on this channel is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth when I'm talking about the true reality of what everybody sees is this reality and what you can add on to this reality. Everything that you can add on to this reality, if it makes sense. You get a deck of cards, you play cards, you keep changing the game. If it's fair to everybody, it doesn't matter. That means it works. For me, everything connects. It's alien radio, and it's not radio, it's D10, right? Or if you wanted to look at it Roman numerals, oh, look, it's rad. This is where Mars comes in, AD, after the death, before the Christ. So when you do after the death, before the Christ, the after the death would be number 14, N, and it would be DNA, right? And then the other one before the Christ would be number 23. That 23 is going to fall in for me. 23 is going to fall into your CB, to your codex, your CB, your citizen band radio codex. Have you got your ears on? So this is what happens. They say the cat did not finish the race because the rat threw the cat. You notice between cat and rat, the C and the R, the way that it's still in the same AT. AT is, for me, its location. It's 21. When you add up 1 through 20, it equals to 210. When you add up 1 through 15, just 5 difference, it adds up to 120. Well, those 3 numbers, I always relate them to the cube, 21, and all zeros equal to 6. The O letter, right? 4 times 4 times 1, 5 equals to 6. 3 times 2 equals to 6. The 15th letter is the O, and I always refer to that as O for Mars, right? O also represents water. The reason for that is EAU as O, right, represents water. Now, how can we represent water and use the bull or Taurus and water? Does that work out? Does anybody know if Taurus and water works out? And the reason for that is that in O, we have taureau, and taureau in French is the bull. So the bull is now Taurus, and we have the bull horns, which represents 3 circles. 3 circles, the 15th letter is the O. 3 circles equals to 3 times 15 is 45. Or can we use the O as going all around here? Which way should we look at the O? If we went all around here, it'd be 1, 3, 9, and 7, right? Equals to 20. Times 3 equals to 60. If it was times 4, it would be equal to 80. Just give me a second. Anyways, I have to take a 1-minute break for the 16th letter. And I got to do a number. I'm going to do the 16th letter. Okay. And the 16th letter also refers to number 1. Why? I'm going to tell you. Because when you're going to go take a P, the P letter, right? And you're doing a number 1. So when you take a P, you're doing a number 1. I like to refer to number 1 as the spirit, right? So what does that mean? I'm exchanging. I used a lot of information. It went through my mind. It splashed into my radiator in my head, my transmission, and now I'm going to get rid of that. And then we're going to have new information come in. I hope it doesn't stop. Right? Be back in a minute. Just 1 second. What was I looking for? Give me a minute. I'm just trying to, I brought this over here. Just 1 second, I forgot this over here. 1 second, over here. Okay, I am back. Where were we? April showers bring May flowers, Taurus. So it fits. It fits. Thank you very much. Yeah, so yeah, the carrot. The thing is with the carrot, you find a lot of carrots on the ground near the end of winter because Frosty the Snowman melted. So at the end of the winter, you get the coal, you get the carrots, the button eyes, and I'm not really sure what everything fits into. We have Frosty the Snowman, so we still have to work on that one day. I'm not going to do it right now. I know that the apple is dangerous. Apparently now there's a big apple in something that's new, right? And when you put Y and O together is yo. That's bringing both Earth and Mars together. And then the R and K comes together. And it's ironic that in the Big Apple, when the R, the K, the Y, the O, and the nu come together, nu is 42. It separates the gate of 6 and 8. 2 times 4, 2 plus 4. At the same time, the yo, right? Y, Earth, and O, Mars, 25th letter and 15th letter, right? And that's why I have to keep Earth as, actually it's 52, so it inverts. Earth is 25, but I'm using Earth that way, right? So it brings the Y and O together. See the R and K, the 11th letter and the 18th letter. So I'm going to go 11 and 18 equals to 29. This one equals to 40. This equals to 69. So what happens is, okay, hold on a second. This is what happens. Nu, 2 times 4, 2 plus 4 is 6 and 8. Now we already know, and we already discussed, that the 6 and 8, okay, are the opposite of each other. 6 and 8 are the opposite of each other. 6 and 8 are the opposite. We have 22 void. We have 22 void. And I might have made a mistake here. 8 and 4 is 12. Okay, is that 9? And that's 9, and that's 9, and that's 9. See, we got 24 over here, and this one over here. The Queen and Mars coming together. Do we only have 22? 7 and 5 is 12, and 4 and 6 is 10. Yeah, I guess that's what it is. Okay, so this is where these 6 and 8 come together. I'm going to get back to the Sun and Mars and explain that. So when you have New York, you split that gateway over here. We didn't do the Big Apple yet, okay? We have Yo for Earth and Mars, right? 25 and 15. Actually, Earth is 52 and Mars is 51. The short count of Mars, 4, 5, and 9 is 14, and 1 is 15. The short count of Earth, which is, let me just fix this camera up here. The short count of Earth is 25. So which rung are we using these numbers on? So what happens, okay, is that 2 times 9, 18. 2 plus 9, 11. Minus it is 7, the 7th gate, and 29 in the 4th year, in the leap year, the 29th day in February becomes the 60th, 6 and 0. 5 by 12. Not 6 by 10, 5 by 12. The rung, 6 by 10, there's no 10. It's 5 by 12 for the zodiac sign. I'm really not sure why I just said that, why I said 12. We play in 4 rungs. When you have 2 ends of a shoelace that are different, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, that's 9, 10, 11, 12. We got equal sides of the shoelace. 12 is the reflection. The 1, 2, the 10, 11, 12 is the reflection or the halfway point, or the halfway point when you climb up to 19. I don't even know. 1, 10, 19. Your base, really flat base creation. Hold on a second. One, 10, 19, 28, 37, 45, 64, 73, 82, 91. Yeah, I just can't see it. 2, 11, 20, right? Once we get here, once we do this one, we have mirrored it over here. But this is your basic. This is what you start with over here. You start with these 3 over here. Then after that, it completes with this one over here. I'm not sure if you should take this one out at the end. When you add these up at 62, perhaps minus the 2. There is no repetitive number with this one over here, right? It would start over in the 12th position. And if it starts over in the 12th position, your base creation of 3. If it starts over in this position, we now go to CFL, 12 players. But if it doesn't start over here, we stop it. 12 players, 3 downs. Here, it's 4 downs, and we stop it with 11 players or 11 numbers. Does it have any validation? I don't know. I have not done complete all the bookwork, right? So when we get back to this system over here, February 29th is here. But what happens to that, right? What happens to that is that April 1st becomes the 92nd day. So instead of it being 91st with ST for gold, it now becomes 92nd with ND for silver. Although both teams played bronze. Do you follow me? There's 2 bronze, 1 silver, 1 gold. Both the gold and the silver played the bronze. One of the bronze ended up losing to the team who ended up with the gold. The other bronze lost to the silver. So there's going to be 1 and 2 separation. There's going to be bronze A and bronze B. But anyways, it's bronze all the same. And you did notice that there is a rotation within New York. 3 times 3, 3 plus 3 is what creates this. Your 9 birth into the 6th world. Let's call it 90 minutes on the clock, reduced into 60. The slower ocean world, perhaps. When it becomes the 92nd day, right? When it becomes the 92nd day, you can write this down. I can't keep holding it up, and I like to talk into the camera. So when April 1st is the 91st day, 13, let me just show you, right? It becomes 13 times 7 equals to 91. And when you have a deck of cards, there are 13 cards in a suit. The average 1 to 13 is 7. When you add up 1 to 13, it equals to 91. Separation, AI. Remember that 19 and 91 both goes for the moon, right? Remember the big apple we're talking about, okay? So that April 2nd, okay, sorry, that April 1st, the 92nd day, this tells me I finished 1/4 of my suit. This is going to talk about after the death and embodying before the Christ. It is also going to work out to DNA. So at the 92nd day, you've moved from one world, from only Venus, from only Alpha, into the beta world. The 92nd day, you have now entered into the soul. So when a child is being born on the 92nd day, it tells you you're coming into the soul. Here you only have a connect for God, right? After that, you're working, it works a little bit different. 92nd day versus the 91st day, having the gold being on the podium to outside and on the ring, 1/4 of the suits. And if it's the diamond suit, it works 2 to 1 because the diamonds go both up and come down in the suits. And this is when everything changes over here, right over here. The 92nd day and the 91st. Now, when I go 13 times 7 times 4, it equals 364, whatever you want to call it, but there's 364 days, 13 moons. 7 by 13 is 91. 91 by 4 equals to 364. Or I can do the same calculation by going 28 times 13 equals to 364. Now, if you want to know if it runs into the gateway, well, why don't we try this? Multiply 7 by 7 by 7, it equals to 343 CDC. If you add it, it equals to 21 and also equals to 364. And I like to look at it this way. Under creation of Zion, Israel, and the operator in the blue house of Mars, 101 away from the E world, which is 3 and 4, 3 plus 0.5, 4 minus 0.5 brings you to the heart of this cube. There are 3 sides equaling to 10.5, or the word je. Also, if I really can say it, it'll say I am. 10 plus 5. JE or AE, and back to Mars again in control. Where were we with this dice? Where were we? This is going to be 4 and 2, 4, and this is going to be 2. Yes, this is going to be a 4. This is going to be a 2. Again, there's a split gate. We also have to look up Big Apple. Well, I already know what big is because big is going to be like that. 7 times 2 is 14. N. 7 plus 2, 9. I. 14 plus 9 is 23. The second letter is B. The 7th letter is G. It says win big. And then it'll say win big red. Number 27. So we did this. We understand where 777 comes from. We understand where 77, what 77 does. And when you play the game of craps, they're always screaming out, yo, 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 7 come 11. Now, when they go yo, when they're calling for the 11, they stop. They go yo, 11, yo, 11, here where I am, right? I'm not sure if they say it in America, but here in the French town, they say yo, 11. And in French, 11 is student. 11 is student. The other thing about that is where is the teacher? Well, the teacher begins on the 4th planet. Teacher begins on the 4th planet. When you say first, you say second, I hear people saying third, and then they say fourth. TH. So if you write it down, if you write down TH, right? If you write this down, however you want to write it, you want to write it like this, then think that it's filtered. If you want to write it like this, you T off. That's your off, right? You have the filter. Or you can just have the letter and the sound. And how about like the ache, right? Is it aching, or how about like this? Teach. T and H to teach. So you're going to have it at 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, right? You're going to have it all over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. When you do 1, 2, 3 equals to 6, this is going to equal to 39. It just so happens the word angel, the word 10, 13, 13, 13. Remember that. Equals to 39. The mathematics in a system that I learned, okay, I'm not going to multiply it high. I'm going to multiply it low. 1 plus 3 equals to 4, 4, and 4 equals to 12. So your 39 gets reduced to 12. So if you look at this ruler right now and started your average at 13, your total average gets condensed into this over here. The multiplication will be over here, and this will be the L and the I, the long line and the short line on the ruler, perhaps. This will be 9 and 3, 4 and 3, Earth and Mars, where the separation comes in, right? Separation comes in. So what happens over here is we're going to look at the cycle. 13, 31, 13 equals to 57 moon. 31 and 13 and 31 equals to 75 electric. Right? Have you ever heard of the company called GE? Right? Well, the G is 7 and the E is 5. It's 5G. And where does it activate? Well, it activates on the moon. And what's the moon cycle? 3 and 1 and 3 equaling to 7, 1 and 3 and 1 equaling to 5. And is it male and female? Well, it sure is, because it's L and M. The alphabet between L and M is the 12th letter, equals to what is 3 and 2 equaling to 5, to what is 13 equals to 4 and 3 equals to a total of 7. So if you're going to have 3 and 4, you're going to have, right? If you have 3 and 4, you're also going to get 7, 1, and 4. And then this one over here, I'm going to explain it in a minute. And this one over here, you're going to get 9, and it comes with 0 as well. Okay, you're going to get 9, 3, and 6. So 4 works with 3, 6, 9, while 3 works with 7, 4, 1. So this is the cycle we're running right now. And we're supposed to be running this, the mirror cycle. Where do I get this from? 9 plus 4, 13. Okay. 3 plus 4, 7. 6 plus 4, 10 to a single digit becomes 471. 471. Now I do this one. 3 and 7 is 10. 3 and 1 is 4. 3 and 4 is 7 to a single digit, 147. We're moving, this is how we're moving on this planet. 147. 147. 7 months of 31 days, 4 months of 30 days. 1 month is the Valentine's, and it runs for 3 years. Remember how the cycle works. 1, 4, 7, 10. And even 10, 1 plus 0 is 1. 10 and 1 are not the same. The A house, let's call it the A house, okay, is both negative and positive and negative. That's the way the house runs. Let's go 5, 7, 5. The 14th letter equals to 5. The 16th letter equals to 1 and 6, 7. The same time, why the bar mitzvah and the bat's mitzvah? Because the bat's mitzvah starts over here. The bar mitzvah is over here. Now there's a big change because the man ends up running this one over here. Man runs the IT system. The passage to the IT system runs the female. It runs the female. This is the female organ. And this one is called Fox. Fox 45 or 666 on its third dimension. 6, 15, 24 equals to 45. 39 plus 6, the angels are in Fox. The passage is in Fox. We all know that 6 is inverted to 8. It's Fox headquarters passage. This is the female. This is the male over here. In this one over here, it becomes 9 by 4 equals to 36, and 9 by 7 equals to 63. That's our cycle. Energy is 74. Jesus is 74. The beast is 47. And not only that, 9 times 74 equals 666. 9 times 47 equals to 423. That is your vibration between 5 and 1 of Mars. You see how much we get vibration out of Mars, and Earth is running, and Mars is running over here on 963 in the mirror world, and we're running the cycle on Earth over here. The difference between here and here, that's right, 243. Same thing, double cycle, double vibration. The 24 hours a day in creation. Now, I'm not sure what the 42, other than the gateway, they both create the gateway. The 42, both 5 and 9 equal to 42, right? 5 and 9 both equal to 42 as their word. And 5 and 9 and this one over here, the male is going to end up home and king, and the female is going to end up with the just before the split. You see the split happens over here between 3 and 4, right? You're 1 and 2. Okay, I don't want to talk about that. I'm going to have to show you after what happens here. So this is the female. This is the male. The female gets 23. The male gets the 14. The male, I have to see, does the male get the X or the Y? I think the male ends up with the X and the female ends up with the Y. I have to look. Just give me a second and I'll get back. Yeah, the male ends up with the Y, and it shows me Earth here, and I'm not sure if I can count it, right? And then over here, number 23 would be the female ending up with the X. See, here's your XY over here. I don't know why it's like that, because usually the male has to do with Mars, and in this situation, so I'd have to really understand this a little bit better. So let me get back to, I'll explain that another time. Right. I also wanted to show you that this over here, right? See this over here, but we're not going to get into that now. We're going to I'm going to finish this and then show you that. Where was I over here? Yeah, so over here. So we did this. We know what this is all about. Also, this is 1111, 121 when you add this up. And now I'm going to show you what I was speaking about before, where A1 and I9 bring two different dimensions together inside what is 911. Don't forget, ace 1 can be ace 11, right? So when we do it this way, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, right? And we're not done, because anything I touch, I do star system, right? So I'm going to show you this, and I'm going to show you the star part that comes along with it. So what happens, okay, is that 1 and 8 equals to 9. 2 and 7 equals to 9. 4 and 5 equals to 9. 3 and 6 equals to 9. Or more or less, in a smaller image, looks like this, XE. When we bring the 9 together, 3 and 8 equals to 11. 2 and 9 equals to 11. 5 and 6 equals to 11. 7 and 4 equals to 11. I and I, right? Maybe that's where the N and the Z come into a better understanding. Oh, I didn't do this one here. So when we create 9, 9, we create 9, 9, 9, and 9, that's 36. When I create 11, 11, 11, 11, that's 44. It just so happens on the 8th day of one Shamus, 8 times 1 equals to 8. And on the 8th day, when you have done lighting up 1 on the first day, 2 on the second day, 3 on the third day, 4 on the fourth day, 5, 6, 7, and 8 equals to 36. So you have 36 candles lit, and then 8 to the Shamus equals to a total of 44. Understanding the candles lit and then with the Shamus shows me the 9 inside of what is 11 and the 11 of what is inside of the birth 9, showing me all the candles to the light body right over here. Noting also that 28, okay, should have been the, if we were, depending on what kind of cycle we're running at, if we were running at the moon cycle, it would be 28 and 8. So this is what your AI does. This is the artwork that goes along with it. If you also want to look, we're going to run this over here. 365 days, 0.47, time of Jesus, time of energy, to what is the invert of this, of 125, right? 89. So I don't know what the wording is for that, but I will show you a piece on what the 1289 does, right? It's something to do, I'm assuming it's something to, anyways, it's 365.47. And you know that our year runs on 365.25, which leaves 25 plus 22, or Y and V, which is B and E, right? The reverse Y is B, the reverse V is E, which equals to 47, which is also noted to be time. But 22, right, which is the letter V again, okay? This is going to what represents ape, and it's going to be talking about Mars and the 8th heaven, Venus, double Venus, coming around the one spirit over here. Why? Because 8 goes around 1, and Venus, right, is not only double, but it's quads. Venus and Venus and Venus and Venus. And do I look at, hold on, Venus and Venus. So that's double Venus. Now, the thing about alpha is, if I refer to the singularity here as alpha, can alpha come in as alpha beta or alpha omega? Because this is the heart of Rubik's Cube. It's the cross. Can I say all of these are alpha to all these to be beta? Do you follow what I'm saying? I need a little bit of comeback for, do you follow what I'm saying? Because this is the core of Rubik's Cube, right? Is a 6 spindle in one area controlling 6 cubes, okay? 6 single cubes, a single color. And on its rotator, right? On its rotator, there's going to be another 12 cubes of 2 colors. Is it telling me that because number 1 controls, and it changes between negative and positive, that it's controlling 18 cubes, okay, and 8 by 3 colors, which are the corners. This is what's happening. At the same time, 2 times 6 equals to 12. 2 plus 6 equals to 8. And this is where your T comes in. And that's a very important number. And 1 and 2 equals to 3 and 8, or 2 and 8, which is 5 and 8, which is a silver matrix, and also represents 2. The word 2 is 58. And it's 23 away from 81. 3 letters, 27 per letter. 3 by 27 is 81. 58 plus 23 is 81. And at the reduced mark, it's 72. And 5 and 2 coming together for Earth, and 3 and 8 coming together for Monkey. Monkey as the 9th zodiac sign. Rooster was the 10th. 110 stories on building number had 47 floors. 7 and 4, 11, 11, 11, all 11s. Nothing is a coincidence. And not only that, the number to the moon, which we didn't discuss, right, which was 57. 7 times 5, 7 plus 5. I don't know why I marked that. Equals to 12 and 35, equaling to what is 47. 1 and 2, 3, 3 and 5, 8. The same numbers, okay, this 8 and 3 that I got over here using 2 and 6. And that is going to represent, where is my little baby? Hey, baby. Let me plug my phone in for a minute here. Okay. So where was I over here? Yeah, so we see that. So where's my big Q? Oh yeah, it's right here. Okay. So what it is about this is, like I said, 7 come 11. So 7 come 11. 7 come 11. We have the ring and we have the pole. Now, is my terminology improper? Am I using the wording properly? I'm calling the ring as going all the way around. I'm calling the pole by the here and here, although the ring will go on the pole. Number 49, the word 8. The word green. The word green is go. The word go is number 22. And when you go, you're not stopping. You're no longer on red. You're now on green. Either it's green or it's red. It's stop or it's go. It's 49 and 22 is 71, equals to they call the 17th gate, right? 10 and 7 equals to your 3 creation. When you have 17, it can also be C, and that reverts to the moon. C, 3 by 19 is 57, reverting to the moon and reducing itself to 47, or 74, whichever, well, it's 47, so it reverts to beast and time. Time is a beast because you can't stop it. Something you can't stop. It's a train that's coming at you and you can't stop it. So this cube, I'm going to show you now. That with this, right? Hold on, let's not do it here. We already wrote it down. It's right over here. Right? It's right over here. No, we didn't write it here, but we're going to get it here. See, 1 goes with 8. The reverse is 6. So 8 and 3 is 11. So you're going to get 8 and 3 equaling to 11. So right away we see it in these numbers over here. What's going on here? 8 and 4 for Pluto. So when Mars comes to town, Pluto's ignited. 48 equals to ring. 48 equals to pole. 1/3 and 2/3 of a whole. DNA. This is a reflection. Here is the octagon. So here, okay, what you're going to have is you have 2 and 5. So 7 and 4 come together. 7 and 4 equals to 11. And then here is the same thing. It's going to be 6 and 5 equaling to 11. So therefore, when I take my cube, right, and I look at it, I'm going to see the 2 and the 5, right? So I'm going to see the 2 and the 5 and the 3 and the 4. So I'm going to go 2, 5 and the 3, 4. These two here. So I'm going to have 22. And on the other one, I'm only going to have 11. 1 times 1, 1 plus 1 equals to 1 equals to 2, and 1 equals to a total of 3. Just to note that we can be running this way, but there's another way to look at 1. 1 starts from off the board. 1 has to start from another side. I don't know where the artwork for it is yet, but it shows that the 1 starts from another side. It doesn't start from this side. It's on another side, right? And just like 0 might be this. The starting point of 0 could be over here. Starting point is 0. So what we get is 22. 2 times 2 equals to 4. 2 plus 2 equals to 4. 4 and 4 equals to 8. If I do the 4 minus 4, it equals to 0. That's your Bronze Age. This one is minus 2 equals to 1. 1 and 3, right? That 13 for the bar mitzvah. 808 is for H and number 8 and the heavens. And what's ironic about this is automatic. When you write out the word 8 in English, right? Also, that word will be fitting into the sun, right? For number 18. Also for Venus, right? And it's 4 times 2 to create the 8. It's not the way you say it. And when you use 4 and 2 together, it divides the heavens from the birth. The 8 is in the 9. The 8 is in the 9, okay, and is not in the 9. In the cards, they show you a separate 8, right? They show you the 8 with the 7 and the 6 in the deck of cards. The 9 is different. It holds the spirit within. It holds the sunshine, the center. If you bring the two sides of the cards together, it'll hold that dot in the center, the ace area. 5 and 4 is going to equal to 9. If you take a look at the 9 card, you're going to five images up, 4 images down, talking about the sun, right? And it could be the sun of birth or the sun that's burning in our hearts, or SON sun. So what happens in this, I talk so much, I lose myself. Oh boy. Well, yeah, so I don't remember what I was saying. So this one will be with the moon. This one will be with the sun. They're not in the same house. As I showed you before. Where's that? Where did I do that before? 2 seconds ago. Hold on a second. Yeah, where we did this. A and I, 1 and 9. So first we brought together the 9, then we brought together the 11. I didn't use the 1 when I talked about 11, and I didn't use the 9 when I was creating 9s, I didn't use 9. When I was creating 11s, I didn't use 1. So I can't use both of them at the same time. It's almost like saying the one on the bottom I'll never see, and this is 15. So it's going to represent Mars. So the opposite of that is 20. And that's T. So I'm going to get back to that T20. And just note 7 and 3, 10, 9 and 1, 10, 4 and 6, 10, 8 and 2, 10. I crossed over this 4 times. That's 20. To note, 5, 14, 23, 32 is 74. That's energy. So we were talking about the word 8. The thing is, when you change this word for 18, or when you change the word for eighth, I don't need to add another T on. It's already there. So I save 20. Every word, okay, every number in Word has added 20. This one does not. So we don't need to add the 20. So we don't need to add the extra because it's already in there. In French, when they say 80, they say 4 times 20 to say it. The other difference between 70, 80, and 90, between the sun, the moon, and Mars, right, is that when you say an 80, you go in French, you go 81 all the way through 89. When you count in the 70s and the 90s, you're going to be calling in the mirror world. You're going to be calling in everything, both worlds, AD and BC. And what the reason for that is because you're going to be saying 11, 12, 13, 14. You're going to be saying it as counting from 10 all the way to 19 and not counting from 1 all the way to 9. So you're counting 2 equaling to, let's say, beta, other than 1 equaling to alpha. That's the way I have the terminology. What that means is the heart, or what becomes the circumference of this area. What is the diameter? This, and then the circumference is this. C and D, circumference, diameter, Earth and Mars. Just wanted to bring this down over here. See that? So this one over here, if you want to see what this one is over here, right, is that what we did is I counted all the way up to 7. Here's the 7th square right over here, right? And the 7th square. What, are you okay, buddy? You want to come up? Come. How you doing? Ooh, you just got in. Your fur is so nice. I don't have any fur like you. Hold on. Can I pick you up? Oh. Yeah, so you can see, ooh, you're cold. Wow, you're cold. Ooh. Okay. So yeah, so you can see over here the way 7 is over here, and then it goes all the way down to the bottom, and then 7 is on the other side. When you bring both sides up and this design is not created properly, okay, there's a few errors in here, but you get the gist of it. Okay, then we create an area between the two worlds. You have 2 singular worlds down here, and then you got a major world when you bring these 2 together. If you take a look, there's a Y. Y meets Y, upside down Y, like 2 bulls coming together. Very hard to show you just like that. Here is when you make it on multiple scales. Then you have other, call it universal, right? Remember, we have to create a minimum of 9 to work with Rubik's Cube. Actually, it's not just 9. If you're working with the Mars, which is 8 cubes, right? 4 cubes on one side, 4 cubes on the other side. When you're working with the 2x2 module, when you're working with this module, it'll be 9, right? And that'll be a block. Don't forget, these are just blocks. There's 27 area space. I have to put 8 around this. I have to put 8 times 27 around this. 8 times 27 equals to the same numeric value as the diameter of the moon, 2160, 1.5 times the minutes in a day. I'm not sure who's still here. If you want me to continue on, it's 1:20 in the morning. I want to know if there's any questions. There hasn't been any questions. Whoop. Not very happy about that. Always like when there's questions, a little bit of participation. Somehow somebody might want to know something. Tell me something I'm doing wrong. Just give me this over here. Yeah, okay. I didn't do the piano. Did you know that the first letter and the 8th letter is AH, and then the 15th letter is O, and the next letter is V? It says Ahova instead of Jehovah. And then between the 3rd and the 4th, there's no interference between this key over here. Between 8th and 9th, there's no interference over here. So now I'm going to show you my last piece of the night, and that has to do with number 8 and 9. I want to see if I had it written out once. I have it again. I don't like the way it's written out in this part, but I'm going to show it to you anyways. And it's like this, right? 8 and 9. I need my pen, right? So 8 and 9. 8 minus 1 is 7. 8 plus 2 is 10. Earth is number 52. 5 plus 2, 5 times 2 is 10, and 7 equals to 3, creation. See the way the TH is here? You can move it first and say heart and teach. 9 plus 1, 9 minus 2. So you see we use the same thing, same result. Here, I need to get the 4. 9 minus 5 is 4. 8 plus 5 is 4. 8 minus 4 is 4. 9 plus 4 is 4. So we need to use this one here, 5, and this one here, 4, or to the minus side. 5 and 4 equals to the word love, equals to the word S-U-N, sun. And to note that S-U-N as 19, 21, and 14 is also 1, 3, and 5, which says ace. Now the ace is a divider. The ace is a divider. Why? Take a look at your cube. You can see it's the center of this cube. It's a divider, or brings division together. 1, 3, and 5. Also to note, matter and energy. The 13 ball and the 5 ball and pull is orange, bringing together yellow and red. And I like to say it's the soul and the spirit. And there's other things that go along with this. The alphabet, when you add 1 through 26, it equals to 351. When you add the vowels together, A, E, I, O, and U, it equals to 51. There's a few other things. Electric company is going to sit with the moon. 51 goes with Mars. The reason I brought numbers together, I bring these numbers to these certain numbers, is for this reason. 7 months of 31 days. So we're talking about the moon in this scenario. The 31 also matches up with Saturn. Also matches up with the bar mitzvah, 1 and 3. But that's changed over. The female takes over on the 13, and the male moves into the 14th. The separation of the alphabet is also 13.5. So it's another reason I mentioned it's the sun. The other thing about that is the male is going to get 14, and the female is going to get 13. Now this is going to end up being 9, and this will be 7. Now 9 and 7 fit together, not 8, but 9 and 7. I'm going to explain that. 8 is going to go with the sun. This is going to go with Mars and the moon. This combination over here, birth and the gateway. What happens is when you hit the age of 13, you've done 13 years. When you've hit the age of 12, you've done 12 years. So I bring everything here. So 147, step number 2. 147, 147, 147 equals to 3, equals to 12, equals to 21. 2 plus 1 equals to 3. Right? Now, if I only count here and here and here, 1 and 1 equals to 2. 4 and 4 equals to 8. 7 and 7 equals to 14 DNA. Also, the ring to the cube equals to 14 equals to 5. Now, if I want to use the whole addition, it'll be 14 A's 22. It'll equal to a total of 24. Instead, it equals to 15. X and O. On this side, it equals to this. So you can see that 147 goes into 258. That goes into 369. I can't do it with 369. 3 and 3 is 6. 333 is 9. 333 is 12. 4 threes are 12. Right? 4 sixes are 24. 2 and 4 is 6. 5 sixes is 30. 7 sixes is 42. Right? Just to note that, again, how does 4 and 7? Well, if you go 4 times 6 equals to 24, right? And you go 7 times 6 equals to 42. They're both the same numbers. 7 and 4 is energy, the beast, time. 66 is connected to the 7th gate of the 8 passive, the 9 birth, in which I showed you, and you can ask questions, which is right over here. What happens is once you get up to here, 8 connects over here and 9 connects over here. And when you pick up this cube, if you see 9, you see 3, right? Hold on a second. You pick up the cubes here. When you see 9, you see 5, right? When you see 9, you see 5. Communication also in this one. 10-4, Roger Rabbit. The rabbit and the bunny rabbit, right? October 4th, Roger Rabbit. So when you see the, what other number? I said the 8. So when you see the 8, right, you're going to see 2 and 4. And when you see the 8, hold on a second, when you see the 8, you're going to see 1 and 5. And then obviously, when you see the 8, you're going to see what is 44. So nothing to do with me. All the rules and regulations, the piano, the calculator, the guitar. If you want to know what this is, right? This is hopscotch. I didn't bring the other side of the board together yet, and I'm going to do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So if you notice, in this box here is 1, in this box here is 4, in this box here is 7, in this box here is 10. Nothing to me, but this is what hopscotch is doing. Lamed, 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 lamed. I don't remember what this was. I forget what I was doing with this. We need an exhaust system to the planet. When this says too bad, I'm sorry. When it says I'm sorry, it's talking about in the E world and from your soul, from the sun of your soul or the earth. DE 5 and 4, right, is also going to be 22 and 22 and 23. Now 22 and 23. Oh boy, 5 and 4, 5 and 5, 5 and 4. Let me just a little tired now. 5 and 4 is going to be VW. Love of VW, the reverse alphabet. 23rd with 4, 22 with 5, VW. It also equals to what is 45? That's a fox. Why the word fox equals to 666, 666 comes together. 666 is a star system. It's right here. It's right here. All the numbers are right here. We don't need no more. We got enough. So we understand this. We understand what happened with 147. I know there's a whole bunch of stuff that I didn't do. It's just writing out the word ABBA. The A, when the B is next to the A, it leaves an extra body. I went 4. Well, I think I made a mistake. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It should only went 4 over here, right? 4 and 4. And this is what shows the extra belly because it's leaning up against the A. And anytime something leans, it sort of shows dimension inside of it. Those of you who like me to continue on, it's a little bit late. I know I didn't complete because it's incomplete. And we did that little thing on New York. Yes, I wanted to write out. So we had big. We didn't do apple. I want to see what's in the word apple. Just give me a second. APPLE, 33, 40, 40. Okay, apple is 50. Okay, what can 50 do? We're going to bring in the football now. We have 2 P's. So Apple's going to bring me back to 34. It's going to tell me about Mars. It's also going to tell me about the eye because the Apple computers. Yeah, everything connects because it's in the system, and the system was, I believe, was made. I mean, it's really simple if everybody's following that Bible. And they mentioned right away at the beginning, follow the word. And the last language ended up coming out like near the end is basically English. And they want everybody to talk about that. So why not use it? And I'm using it, English and French. Another thing is that 81 is very special. There's even the people who speak French don't, most of them don't know that there's different stories inside of it. And inside the teen house, okay, we have 2 number ones inside the teen house. Sorry, not the teen, but in the time heaven house, TH. At 10, 1 plus 0 is 1, TH. And at 19 equals to 10 equals to 1 plus 0 is 1, TH, 19th. But with 19th, because of the French, right? Because of the French, they say 10 minus 1 to 10 minus 9 equals to 1, going back to first, right? 19. And they also say lightning. So I don't see anything here. You got something to say it to me. I'm going to the washroom for a minute. When I come back, if you have any questions, don't hesitate. Okay. Yeah, and it's not my thing to do this, but I got to put this down. If you'd like to help out the channel, obviously I am the channel. So you'll be helping me out. Because this is basically all I do besides the dog watching stuff. Where else are we? We talk about bowling. We did the double Venus. We talked about the pig. We talked about the ram. We talked about New York. The interstate system. In Canada, they call it the auto route. Auto for car and obviously route. Now, the thing is, it starts with an A. In the U.S., Universal Spirit Angels, USA, right? It's the interstate. It's the I. So in America, it's the I. In Canada, it's the A. So there's a bunch of different little balances, right? And mostly in Canada, everything in Canada seems to go east and west. There is really no other place to go. You can go a little bit north, but when you get to the north, there's a lot there, and probably a lot that you'd want to be with. The fresh air, internet doesn't work so well, can't pick up the data. What else can you want? Right now, they put in street lights so strong that I have to double up on my window. And I hear the buzzing outside coming from those lights. And every 500 feet, for some reason this year, for the last 2 years, they've been redoing our highways for almost 2.5 years. I've been in the U.S. before, and I see them zing down those highways and repair those highways in 2 minutes. Here, every 500 feet, they're changing the placements on the sidewalks. They keep installing something in the sidewalks. It's just really cuckoo. But anyways, I don't want to say what it is. You know what I'm saying? And just to note that the GE, the moon symbol, GE 5G's E symbol is the reverse, okay, of what is TV, 5G TV. It says it right in the name. Anyways, peace and love. I'm going to call it the end of the night. I want to thank you for being here. It says 1 hour and 39 minutes, but I was here an hour before that. And yeah, I just there's still a lot more I want to get down here. We're going to go over a lot more, and we're not done. Everything you think and everything you do, when you want to talk about the points card, right? When you talk about the points card, you're actually, or you want to talk about a signature, don't take anything for granted, because you're actually talking into the mic, speaking to the mic. comes right. Every action goes into the mic. Every like goes into the mic. Perhaps we have to think that we're accepting the system by the more we like, the more we accept, the more we upgrade instead of downgrade. You know, and when we're downgrading, it has to be for certain things. And don't forget, there's amateur and there's professional. Another thing in the USA, right down near Kansas, Texas, there's a Highway 70 and Highway 35, 1/3 and 2/3, 105, the hand of God. And I guess that's why Dorothy had all the tornadoes around there. Interstate 5, the E-World running along the California coast. Why should it drop off? For the same reason the E-World is going to be dropping off. The E-World is 0.5 away from where Mars and Earth meet. But the whole thing is, I don't know how they meet or what it is. I'm just telling you about the highways. And then the roundabouts. When you use 3 numbers, you go have those roundabouts or these bypasses to the city instead of going straight down. And then the 90 highway to the 80 highway. And then that short spurt of the 70 highway. There is no 60 highway, or is there? I've never really heard of it. I've heard of part of a 50 and the 55. So all these highways are all telling us different stories. And also to note that Ohio is 0H1 Ohio. The I's and the O's are actually saying 1010, like the heaven 1010. There's something that's really connected out there. I don't know what it is. Something very important. Well, everything is important. So anyways, peace and love. Thank you for watching. You like, very good, Tammy. It's a game, study it. If you can find anything, do a little piece of art on it. Show it to me. Love to see it. Thank you very much. Peace and love. We're going to bring this home. We're going to bring this home. The 66th year from 1963, right? We went 66 years we went 63 years from 1936 to 1999. Now we're going 66 years from 1963 to 2029 is where that gateway meets in that year. So just like everything, you usually arrive 18, I don't know, it's let's say 36 months before is that whatever happens during that 36 months. But to note that 2029 begins, it ends when you celebrate 2029, right? When 2028 ends, you have actually finished 2029. So we have 2024's endings. We have 2025, 2026, 2027, 2028. When it ends. So it's going to happen before that end. So that's 25, 26, 27, 28. So that's 4 years. So somewhere in between here, and it can't be at the end. It can't be anywhere in this year. It's already been in process to happen by 2027. 2026 is when the Rubik's Cube actually ends, right? The 26 years, because we can't talk about the core. So it has to be 2026. And 3 by 26 is 78. So that 2026 brings us inside the gate. When do we start entering that gate? Don't forget, art and entertainment purposes only, although all wording that I use do come from numbers, do come from the zodiac, do come from every single word, all the planets, Earth, Mars, Venus, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. Every single day of the year, every single name of the week, every single number, 1 through 99. And anyways, peace and love. Tired, gotta go. Thank you. You want to send me an email, you can send it here. Don't ask me to download anything. I prefer not to unless I know you in a way. Don't ask me to call you if I don't know who you are. And yeah, so I just have to watch out here. I've had you know, AI, whatever, people sending me all kinds of kooky things. So I just want to take a watch. But I've been here for 20 years. This is my 20th year. And peace. If you have to ask me, this is the last part of the night that I'm going to be here. I know some of you stay up a little late, but ciao.